As the sports pundits predicted, and he himself hinted, Donald Sterling has let loose his lawyer and will fight to keep his LA Clippers. Sports Illustrated reports antitrust litigator Maxwell Bleacher has sent a letter to the NBA saying Sterling is not only threatening to sue the league, but he says he is not going to pay that max penalty, that $2.5 million fine that the league is demanding from him for his racist rant. A source tells Sports Illustrated that the letter says Sterling has not done anything wrong. But if that's the case, why did Sterling apologize when he sat down with our own Anderson Cooper? Because you can count how many times Sterling says he messed up.
I made a terrible, terrible mistake. Am I entitled to one mistake? After 35 years, I made a mistake. I hope it's in their heart to forgive me for that mistake. I'm a good member who made a mistake, and I'm apologizing, and I'm asking for forgiveness. It's a terrible mistake, and I'll never do it again.
Let's bring in sports agent Drew Rosenhaus and David Aldridge, contributor of NBA TV and NBA.com, and has covered the NBA for 27 years. So, David, let me begin with you. My first question is, do you think Donald Sterling sat down with Anderson and did this interview the other night, assuming, he would mea culpa, and he'd ultimately be forgiven, therefore, court of public opinion, hey, keep the Clippers, or do you think he always had this notion, I'm going to fight?
Oh, I think he always was going to fight, Brooke. This is not a guy that's shy about being in court, even with former employees. I mean, several of the Clippers coaches have had to take him to court to try to get money that they felt they were owed after they were fired, that he didn't pay for whatever reason. So you talk about the housing discrimination lawsuits he's had over the years. He's a lawyer. He doesn't mind being in court. I don't think anybody in the league or outside of the league was surprised at all that he's decided to try this in court and see what happens.
Because it seemed initially from some of the sound bites we were playing, people were saying maybe he wouldn't fight, but I think I'm with you on that. Drew, to you, from a sports perspective, working as an agent, listen, you work with, I imagine, some stubborn athletes and folks in the sports world. How do you, if you are advising Sterling or you advising one of your clients, how do you talk someone out of a fight they can't win?
If I'm glad he's not my client, but if he was, I would absolutely disagree with his approach. I mean, I think at this stage, the best thing for him is to sell his team, take his billions of dollars, and move away from sports in general, spend his time trying to make good by giving to charities and getting involved in helping minorities and people that aren't as fortunate as he is. This is a farce for him to fight this and make it a big story and refuse to comply. He knows he's not going to win. The NFL obviously has enough documentation to enforce this. He's just going to waste a lot of people's money. I guess he's got money to burn. I guess he's a billionaire.
I think he's got a little bit of cash in reserve, it sounds like. But David, let's just play the hypothetical. To your point, that because of his litigiousness, he fights this thing. Come fall, everyone's playing ball again, and he still owns the Clippers. What do you think Doc Rivers and the players should do? Should they? What's the bigger message? Say, see you later, we're out, or we're not going to play, or stay put?
Well, look, Brooke, everybody's got to make their own individual decision about that. Nobody's had to deal with this ever in the history of the NBA or any sport for that matter. And so it would be, I would never want to assume what other people should do.
Sure.
It would be hard for me to work for an organization where Donald Sterling is the owner. It would be difficult for me, given what he's said in the last few weeks. And I think that what will be interesting is this summer, the Clippers, now that they've been eliminated and they're out of the playoffs, they have a number of players who are free agents that will have the option to stay there or to leave and sign somewhere else. And other free agents will have the option to go to the Clippers or sign somewhere else. It will be very curious. I'll be very curious to see what players do this summer, because the players will set the tone. If you see an exodus of free agents from the Clippers, people not signing there, people who don't want to be there, then I think you will have a critical mass that could lead to something down the road. But if
Brooke,
it's just business as usual.
Go ahead, Drew.
As an agent, David, I was going to jump in and say, as an agent, I know that my clients, that I've talked to would not be interested in playing for an owner like Donald Sterling. I do think there's going to be an
But other players I've
exodus.
talked to
I do
say
think-
it's a job, and when you're offered a job with all those zeros, you play.
Well, if it's optional and you can go play for another team and you can play for other owners and
go to
you
the other
can go
team.
someplace else, that's going to be your last resort. Of course, these
Mm-hmm.
guys have to provide for their family, but the LA Clippers are going to be the last place anyone wants to play as long as Donald Sterling owns that team. As an agent, as a player, you're going to shy away from he and that organization as long as he's the owner.
Okay.
I'm getting fired up here. I'm losing my IFB.
I feel you, so I'm going to wrap this up. I wish we had more time, but something tells me we'll be talking again in the coming months, gentlemen. David Aldridge and Drew Rosenhaus, thank you for that.